Okay, now let us go to the topic. So, which is the topic we are going to take today? Good, biotechnology. You have anything you know about biotechnology? You know anything about it? About genes mutation. Okay. Now, you see this topic is that biotechnology. We can say this is an applied branch. This is a new branch. This is an applied branch, or this is a branch in biology in which technology and biology both are integrated. Okay. So now let us go to the next slide. Here, my voice is not coming there. Hello, mic check. Hello, mic check. Hello, mic check. Voice is clear now? Clear? Okay. Now, this biotechnology slide I was preparing for the last 15 days. Only a part of this topic is over. Preparation is over now. So that is why I plan to start this topic from today. Already part 1 and part 2 is ready for explanation part. Part 3 is under preparation. Now, what is biotechnology? It is an advanced branch or applied branch, I said. But in this branch, we see that two things are getting merged. One is the microorganisms, and second is that the technology. That means in this particular branch of science, I think we can see that this is recently developed. I used to say, you don't think that recently started means a new branch means it doesn't mean that it started last year or last year only. Even last 15 years, 40 years, 30 years, if this is there in picture, still we say it is a new branch. When I joined there in Master of Science, my specialized paper, that is biotechnology, microbiology, and this other bioinformatics and biophysics, and all these topics, they are new. Even in 1990 also it says that it is new. Even today it says that it is new. See, this branch is there under development, and that is why we say this is a new branch. So in this biotechnology, now you see the meaning of this particular term, biotechnology, is given over here. What is the meaning that? One is that technology. Second is that bio. Bio, you mean, you know that bio means it is saying about living organisms, especially microorganisms. So when we integrate living organisms or their certain products like enzymes or the outcome, and when these things are integrated for the welfare of human beings, we can say that is biotechnology. So biotechnology means what then? The biology is integrated with the technology. That means in biology, there are living organisms. Living organisms means plants there, animals are there, especially microorganisms are there. These microorganisms are very much useful. And these microorganisms are producing various types of enzymes, or they are producing various types of products. And these products or these enzymes are used for the welfare of human beings with the help of technology. That is what is called biotechnology. You understood what is the meaning of biotechnology now, friends? You just write down the chat box. What is the meaning of biotechnology? What you understood from it, from the statement what I made today? Hello? Hello? They are not responding. Nobody is responding. Very bad. Very sad. A sad day. My question is that what do you understand by biotechnology from the statement what I made now? What statement I made? Living organisms are there, say plants, animals, and microbes. They are producing various enzymes. Not only enzymes, they're producing various types of products. And these enzymes or the various products which we are using for the welfare of human beings by using the technology or by integrating technology along with the biology. So that is what is called a biotechnology. Okay. Now you can see that what is biotechnology. You can see that if you refer your textbook, there are so many definitions you can see over there. So many people, they are giving different definitions. Even in the last syllabus, there was a definition. That definition is not there in the present day's textbook. So different people giving different types of definitions, but universally accepted definition is given by the European Federation of Biotechnology. So what is the definition given by the European Federation of Biotechnology? They have given a definition, and according to that definition, biotechnology is what? That is integration of natural science. Natural science means, of course, it is biology. Not only plants, even animals are also there in that. So that natural science is integrated. Then natural science and organisms, cells, even parts thereof, and molecular analogs for products and services. That means the microorganisms or the various living organisms of natural science. It can be the entire organism, it can be the cell, or it can be the part of the cell, or it can be the molecular level of materials. We integrate by using technology for what? For getting different types of products and services. Okay? The ultimate aim of biotechnology is that welfare of human beings. How the people are getting welfare or how the people are getting advantage, that is in the form of either certain products or certain services. Okay? So by getting certain products or getting services from biotechnology, you can see that human beings are getting welfare, certain welfare you can see, welfare of human beings you can see. So this is what the European Federation of Biotechnology says. I repeat, the integration of natural science and organisms, cells, and parts thereof, and molecular analogues for products and services. You get me, friends? Because in my second device, it shows some kind of anomaly. You're getting over there? Hello? Hello? My second device showing some kind of abnormality. Okay. Yeah. So what is biotechnology here? Two things I said, two definitions I said. In the previous slide, I said that is just meaning of biotechnology. According to it, what we said, we use living organisms and their products for the welfare of human beings. Living organisms and their products, it can be the enzymes or it can be the processing or whatever. So that is for the welfare of human beings. The second slide, we have seen the definition given by the European Federation of Biotechnology. According to them, it is nothing. It is an integration of natural science to get various types of products and services for the human welfare. Now you see what principles we applied there in the field of biotechnology. Now you see, biotechnology is not a single simple branch. It is totally an applied branch. That is what I said in the beginning. Biotechnology is totally an applied branch because in this branch we can say it is an integrated branch because there are so many areas involved in this particular branch. The so many areas means, now see, microbiology is there. Microbiology means we can say the study of various types of microbes, because we need microbes and microbes are having the main role there in biotechnology. And when we study about microbes, that itself is a particular branch in biology which we call microbiology. So microbiology is there in biotechnology. Then genetic biochemistry. Now you see biochemistry is also coming in under this. When you study about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, lipids, and so on, that is chemistry, biochemistry. And the genetics is also linked with that. Then it's a genetic biochemistry. So that is applicable there in biotechnology. Then chemical engineering, processing, chemical processing, mathematics, statistics, computer, industrial processes. So you can see that a large area, means large number of areas are integrated there in the field of biotechnology. Okay, that means you can see that the scientific principles of all these various areas like microbiology, genetic biochemistry, chemical engineering, mathematics, statistics, computers, and industrial process are involved in the field of biotechnology. That means biotechnology is not a simple branch. In some extent, we can say it is a complex branch because all these various areas are involved, are integrated there in biotechnology. So what are the various scientific principles? Biotechnology uses the scientific principles of which are the branches? Which are branches? Please write down in the chat box. Yes, microbiology is there. Only microbiology? Come on, microbiology is there, genetics is there, biochemistry is there, then chemical engineering is there. Yes, then statistics, mathematics, computer. Without computer, we cannot do. Okay, bioinformatics is having a role over here. Bioinformatics. That means computer plus biology. Then industrial process. So all these various areas are integrated with biology. Then you got biotechnology. So we are using the scientific principles of all these various branches there in biotechnology. Okay. Now look at over here. You can see that if you want to use biotechnology, you need certain agents. Without agents, we cannot use biotechnology. So what agents, what biological agents we need there in biotechnology? What biological agents are required? Look at here. The biological agents we need. The first thing is that we need plants and animal cells. Now you see here, we are using a cell, and from one single cell, you can develop into an entire organism like this. So various technology we are following over there. In a lab, we are preparing all these things. Here also you see the same thing. This is simply we call as tissue culture. So plant cells or animal cells, that is an agent. That is a very essential material for biotechnology. By using them, we are getting various products or various benefits. Then another area we can notice that microorganisms, use of microorganisms. In this slide, in this picture I showed, you see plant cells or animal cells are in use. Here also you look at animal cells we are using over here. And by using these cells, we can get some service, we can get some products, or even we can get some new organisms. Now, if you look at this picture, you see from one cell, you get an entire organism. Here also the same things you can notice that many products you are getting here. Okay. So here also you see that we are developing many products, maybe enzymes, maybe some kind of vaccines or whatever. So we get products or service when using the plant cell or animal cell. But when you come over here, now you see here we are using microbes. It can be a bacterium, it can be a virus. So anything can be used like that. Okay. So we are using microorganisms. Microorganism is an agent. It's a biological agent. That means we can say that is a vehicle. The microorganism is a vehicle for getting certain products or getting certain service. And the various enzymes, okay, and their products. So the biological agents are either plant cells or animal cells or the microorganisms or the enzymes produced by them or other various products. So you got it clearly, friends? So in the previous slide, I told you that the scientific principles of various branches are applied there in the field of biology. In this slide, I told you that various agents are used in biotechnology. Under agents, we have seen plant cell, animal cell, various enzymes, microbes, and their products. Okay, you are getting me clearly? I'm going a little slow because I know today the network, some issue is there, I think. Because just before attending this class, no, before taking this lecture, I attended the college program. So there also it was nothing clear. Everywhere the problem is there. So so you're following me, it's clear. Okay, good. Okay, now we come to the next part. So you have to remember what all points I explained today. I point to point I explain. I'm not talking much. Point to point I talk. Now I'm going to see about the father of biotechnology. Now you see here you are observing two pictures. One picture that is of Louis Pasteur. Other picture is that called Ehrke. Now you see why Louis Pasteur, because Louis Pasteur picture or his name is not mentioned in your textbook. I'm not saying right now why his name is added over here. In the coming part, when I explain, you can understand. There I will explain the things. But normal way, when we talk about the father of biotechnology, he is called Ehrke because he is the man who first used the term biotechnology when he was preparing large number of pigs there in the year 1919. In the year 1919, he developed so many pigs, and that time itself he coined the term biotechnology, and he is known as the father of biotechnology today. So you have to remember the name of the scientist, Carl Ehrke. Okay, but at the same time, the Louis Pasteur name, he was living there in the time 1822 to 1895. His name is also how to be mentioned, that I will tell you there in the next slide. Now what is biotechnology? Now look at here. What is biotechnology? Now look at over here, you can see that what is written here. It deals with the techniques of using living organisms. Remember, biotechnology means it is an integration of various branches. So physics is there, chemistry is there, biochemistry is there, mathematics is there, statistics is there, chemical engineering is there, and all these various branches and various principles of these branches, when we incorporated or integrated for the use of living organisms, for the use of biology, we got the term biotechnology. So in this biotechnology, the main thing we are looking at is that how to use microbes, how to use living organisms. Are you getting me, friends? Today morning, you're okay? You're comfortable now? You're comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the thing is that how to use living organisms. Living organisms means, especially we are giving importance to microbes. How to use the microbes? Now you just see that the entire world is running after the coronavirus. We all the scientists all over the world now they are working out to find out a vaccine for it. Do you ever think that how we get vaccine? You see some technique is there. Even the biotechnology is running behind it. See how to produce the vaccine. Biotechnology is having a major role over here today. That means various types of techniques they are applying over there. That means how to use the microbes to get certain product. Now, immediately we want to get a product. What is the product? The vaccine. Sometimes instead of vaccine, it may be a service. So whatever it is, the basic and the most important goal of biotechnology is that how to use microbes, how to use living organisms. You just imagine that now your online classes are going on. I don't know that how many of you are interested or how many of you are thinking in such a way. Now there is no more offline classes. How to utilize this online class? How many of you are thinking? I'm not sure. Some of you are thinking, I know, of course you can say, of course I can say that the people who are there in my classroom now, they are using it. But there are some people who are not using it. They're just simply coming and going. I'm not taking attendance over here. I'm marking attendance over here. I'm not compelling you people. So a good percentage of the people who are not interested to attend. At the same time, the college timing at 12:30 to 4:30. So they are rushed to attend the class. They're not attending the class. They're just going there and giving attendance and running away. Some teachers are giving you a link when the class is going on. Anybody can copy that link into WhatsApp. It can be circulated anywhere. And anybody who is sitting anywhere having that particular link, they can mark the attendance even though they are not attending the class. So my point is that how many of you are very much keen to know or to utilize the facilities provided to you? So in biotechnology also, this is the fact, how to use the microorganisms, how to use the living organisms maximum, not minimum. Not minimum, it is maximum. For what? For the welfare of human beings. So biotechnology meaning is that we are dealing with the various techniques to use the living organisms maximum. Now, not in living organisms means not the entire living organism as it is. Sometimes they are giving certain products like enzymes. And these enzymes are used for the welfare of human beings. Or it may give certain service. Or it provides certain biological process. What is this biological process? I will tell you in the coming slide. So the entire living organism can be used, or a part of the living organisms can be used, or a product can be used like enzymes, or we can use certain service they provide, biological process they provide. For what? For what we do all these things? One, to produce certain products, new products. To produce new products, that means to get products. Not only products, we are getting services also. For what? Everything is for the welfare of human beings. So remember, the ultimate aim or the goal of biotechnology is that provide certain service or certain products for the human welfare. So this is biotechnology. Friends, you understood it clearly. What is biotechnology in very simple sense? Can you give me the answer there in the chat box now? Use the chat box clearly. You just write there in a chemical equation form. What is biotechnology? Yes, provide service and products for human welfare. Now I told you one thing. You write this biotechnology in a chemical equation form. How will you write in a chemical equation form? How will you write? it in a chemical, yeah. Living, okay. Living organism plus technology is equal to, you said, some of you read, wrote over there as products. Okay, I accept that. But what you can say then, living organism plus technology is equal to human welfare. Am I right? Am I right, friends? Product, provide plus, yeah. So the technique plus living organism. Technique plus living organism is equal to human welfare. Okay, good. Now we go to the next point. Now you see biotechnology, you can see there are two types. In simple sense, we can say there are two types of biotechnology. One is called traditional biotechnology. And second is called modern biotechnology. Which are they? What I said? One is, please write the first letter what I said. Traditional. Second is then modern biotechnology. Now let us go to traditional biotechnology. Traditional biotechnology means this is the oldest form of biotechnology. Even before the development of this particular branch, this is an art actually. This is an art. Biotechnology, the oldest form of biotechnology, this is an art. And this art we use there at home, or even we can say our grandparents, they used to use this technology for their kitchen purpose. It is an art of kitchen, we can say. Because our parents were using it. Even today they are using it. Even today we are using it. Even before 1900 it is in use. I told you earlier regarding Louis Pasteur. So what is his contribution? Okay, the fermentation, the processing, and all those things he contributed. Okay. So, but he did not use the term like biotechnology, even like Gregor John Mendel we used to say. What we say about Gregor John Mendel, he is the father of genetics. But at the time of his death, he was not knowing that his principles, his findings are accepted by the world. Because he was considered as a layman. Louis Pasteur, he was not a layman, but he said he gave contributions there in science, the fermentation process and all. But what he said, that is the beginning of biotechnology. That is the biotechnology. Okay. And this biotechnology we are using since many centuries. And what is this oldest form of biotechnology? Just look at here. Just look at this oldest form of biotechnology. Making curd, bread, and all these things are there since many centuries. And we are preparing curd at home. We are making bread at home. And all these items are prepared by means of fermentation. Here, the Louis Pasteur is having an important role. Because this fermentation is part and parcel of biotechnology. If it is so, who should be the father of biotechnology? Louis Pasteur must be the father of biotechnology. Friends, you got it, what I said? You got it, what I said now? So we are saying that the father of biotechnology, we can say, he is called Erkki, because in 1919, what he did, he prepared many pigs and he used the technical term over the biotechnology. But even before that, the oldest form of biotechnology was existing. And it was an art of the kitchen. And there the contribution was made by actually Louis Pasteur. And so we say he is the father of, he should be the father of biotechnology. But we can say accepted one is that Carl Erke. Okay. So making curd and making bread at a form, we can say that is the oldest form. Not only this, even some other form also there. Look at there. Okay. Not only making curd and bread and all. You see what the other forms? Other forms, look at them. Other forms, one fermentation. Okay, fermentation. What is fermentation? You have any idea? Pinky, which part I want to repeat? Pinky, you tell me which part I want to repeat. I will repeat. No issue. You understood? Okay, fine. So in the previous slide, what I said, the oldest form of biotechnology is that making curd, making bread, and all these things were doing at home by our grandparents. Even today, they are doing it. Okay? And this is the oldest form. And that is why we say this is the art of kitchen. That oldest form of biotechnology is nothing, that is an art of kitchen. And not only making bread and curd, and other areas was also there as oldest form. One, fermentation. What is fermentation? Fermentation means any chemical change brought about in an organism, brought about in an organic substrate by the action of enzymes secreted by microbes. आपको मालूम है घर पे इडली डोसा सब बनाने के लिए वो प्रिपेयर करके रखते हैं टाइम में, उसका अंदर आप ईस्ट डालता है. आपको मालूम है ईस्ट इज अ फंगस. We are adding yeast in that. Why we add yeast in that? Because yeast is secreting an enzyme. And that enzyme will bring change there in that. And that is why we can say in the morning when you get up, you can see the materials which you prepared for, preparing dosa and idli. The previous night, what you kept ready, early morning, you can see that the quantity is increased. That is because fermentation has taken place there in that. The bread is soft. The idli is, the idli what you are eating, that is soft. Or the dosa what you are using, that is soft. The softness depends upon fermentation. If the fermentation is not taken place properly, and the food item, whatever you prepared, that may not be soft. It will be hard. You cannot have it. So fermentation is what? It is a chemical change brought about in an organism, organic substrate, brought about in an organic substrate by the action of enzymes secreted by microbes. Yeast is secreting the enzyme. And even different types of microbes we use for various purposes, depends upon the raw material we use. In microbiology, the chapter number 11, I don't know, I'm not sure whether Alex Madam started that topic. So there also you can notice that. Industrial applications of microbes. There you can see that what are the microbes we are used and what kind of enzymes they produce. So the microbes are producing the enzymes, and because of these enzymes, the fermentation is taking place. Where you added those microbes or those enzymes, and there you can see the changes. Okay? So fermentation is one of the important one. That is oldest form of biotechnology. Now, you know that beverages we are producing, even the various types of drinking items, the fermented beverages, the wine, whiskey, and whatever it is. And all these are the products or the outcome of fermentation. We produce various types of vitamins. We are producing various types of antibodies, antibiotics. All these are the products of oldest form of biotechnology. So far I said the traditional biotechnology. In that, we got various products like antibiotics, vitamins, beverages, food items, curd, butter, cheese, and so on items we are producing. That's all we can say the traditional biotechnology. But, but what is the modern one? What is the modern biotechnology? The modern biotechnology is nothing that is the most advanced field now, recombinant DNA technology. Okay, so remember biotechnology that is of two types. One is the oldest form, that is called traditional biotechnology. And today, whichever areas we are using the biotechnology, that is the modern biotechnology. In modern biotechnology, the most important section is that nothing recombinant DNA technology. So which is the modern one? Recombinant DNA technology. Please write there in the chat box. Today I don't have any poll to give you. Yeah, recombinant DNA technology. Now, what is recombinant DNA technology? You just see this moving picture. Now you see now in one of the organism, whether it is a plant cell or plant or animal, you have seen that there is a good character. You know, each and every character is controlled by genes. That means in that organism, there is a gene. That gene is responsible for that particular good character. So what we can do today, you can isolate or you can identify the gene which is responsible for that good character. And then, now you see over here in the picture you see, not this one, the coming one you just look at. Yeah. Now you see this is one, here you have seen a gene, that gene is producing a good character. That is the gene of the interest we said. And that gene we can isolate, we can select, we can take it out from the living organism. And that particular gene, you can add into a plasmid. Now this is a plasmid, we can say, plasmid DNA. Such gene you can cut and you can add into a plasmid like this. And you can multiply, you can do cloning. And finally, this DNA is called recombinant DNA. And this recombinant DNA you can insert into an organism where you want to. And thereby you can produce new characters. You can alter the characters. You can introduce new character into living organism. You can change the character of living organism by this kind of technology. This technology is called, you please see this moving picture. You can understand it. This technology is called recombinant DNA technology. This is the modern biotechnology. And this biotechnology, we are going to study there in detail. We are not going to study about how to prepare the curd and so on. So traditional biotechnology, we are not going to see. In this particular chapter, we are going to study about the modern biotechnology. That is about the recombinant DNA technology. And how to perform this technology, how to execute this technology, what applications this technology is having, what importances are there, and all these various topics we are going to study there in this chapter. So friends, you got it clearly what we are going to study from this topic today. Today means the coming days, what we are going to study from this topic, you understood? Please use the chat box, either yes or no, yes. Okay. So modern biotechnology is what? That is recombinant DNA technology. In simple sense, what is recombinant DNA technology? We say manipulation of genes. Now let us go to the next slide. Now you see this particular technology has been developed by two scientists. Okay, this particular technology has been developed by two scientists. One is called Stanley Cohen. He is Stanley Cohen, looking like you are a chairman of your trust. Okay, so Stanley Cohen, and the other person is that Herbert Boyer. These two scientists developed this particular technology called recombinant DNA technology and established it in the year 1973. I told you 1970s, this particular branch has been developed. 1990, I could study about biotechnology, and even today you are learning biotechnology. Okay, so this branch has been developed there in the year 1973, and this recombinant DNA technology has been developed, and this technique has been developed and established by these two scientists. Please keep in mind. Now, today, which are the areas where biotechnology deals with? Okay, so this is what we are going to study about this slide. Which areas where biotechnology is having a role there today? Just look at the picture over here. Number one. Now, number one, we can say that is a traditional one. But even though it is traditional, you know that there are various industries today. They are making bread, they're making wine, they're making curd, even the dairy industries, the beverage industries, the the food processing industries. There are so many industries. And all these industries, we can say, they are depending on microbes. They're all the traditional biotechnology is in use. So today, the biotechnology is dealing with what? Microbe mediated process. Microbes mediated process. That means for making curd, bread, wine, all these microbes are in use, especially yeast. Very commonly we are using yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, that is one area. And whichever area is coming under that, whichever industry is coming over that, one is the dairy product industries, dairy industry, the food processing industry, the beverage industry, and all these industries are running over here. Now there is another area. Look at there. What is written there? You please write there in the chat box. You please write there in the chat. Okay. So in vitro fertilization. Now, what is in vitro fertilization? What is the meaning of in vitro? What is the meaning of in vitro? Lab. You studied second chapter in detail. I know that your Tantita madam has explained human reproduction in detail. Now you know in detail about the human reproductive system and the functions. Now, fertilization normally takes place there in the body of female. Okay, but here you can see that fertilization is taking place there in a test tube. But it doesn't mean that test tube, it takes place there in the test tube and the baby is developed there in the test tube. It doesn't mean like that. We simply call it as in vitro fertilization as test tube baby program. But you may misunderstand that, or you may be knowing it. So I'm just simply saying, you may be knowing. Test tube baby program, it doesn't mean that the babies are developed there in the test tube. The babies are developed. Babies are developed in the sense the fertilization is taken. The male, female gametes getting fertilized, getting fused in a glassware. It can be a test tube It can be any glassware, or it can be a petri dish. So when this fertilization process, which are supposed to take place inside the body of female, if it is taking place there in a test tube or in a glassware or a lab, or in the lab, we call this one as in vitro fertilization. So today, you know that this in vitro fertilization, IVF, is very common. And there we have to say thanks to biotechnology. Now, third one is that third area you look at over here, synthesis and using of a gene. You know that the gene is located there in the DNA, and that is a part and parcel of DNA, and that is natural. But today, we are able to develop, synthesize a gene. Artificially, we can synthesize a gene, and that artificially synthesized gene can be used. Okay, so synthesis and using of a gene, there the biotechnology is having a role today. Then another one is that the preparation of DNA vaccine. You see, there are different types of vaccine. Around 5 types of vaccines are there. And DNA vaccine is one type. And this DNA vaccine can be synthesized by recombinant DNA technology. Biotechnology is having a role over there. And last one. Now you see, you find that any gene that is damaged, that is defective, that defective gene today, you can correct by recombinant DNA technology. Any defective gene you have, you can remove that gene. And instead of that gene, a correct modified gene can be inserted. So now you look at over here, today, biotechnology is having a wide application in various areas. The field of various types of industries, or even in agriculture, we can do it. We can use it. In the field of medicine, we can use it. So everywhere, the biotechnology is having an important role. No, vaccine is different, antibiotic is different. Okay? Vaccine, we will see there in detail later. Vaccine is used for suppressing the action of something. I mean, for example, now you see the coronavirus vaccine. Now you see the vaccine is prepared from the microorganism which is responsible for the disease. And we will see there in the coming part when we talk about the application of biotechnology there in the field of, the application part. In part number 3, we will talk about. Because part number 3 is under preparation now. Right now, I'm preparing vaccines at vaccine area only. So there we will see there in detail, and there I will talk to you about. I will talk about recombinant DNA vaccine, or even the DNA vaccine, and what is vaccine, and from where it is prepared, and all those things we will see. But both are different. Vaccine is different, antibiotic is different. Okay. Now, so these are the 5 broad areas where biotechnology is applicable today. Okay, I repeat, microbes mediated process, especially food processing industry, beverage industry, and dairy industry. And second is that the medical field, that is test tube baby program, and synthesizing and using of a gene, even in agriculture it can be used, even in human beings, in medical field it can be used. Preparation of DNA vaccine, that also will come under industrial as well as medical purpose, and correction of a defective gene in agriculture or even human beings, medical. So in all these various areas, biotechnology is having an important role. Friends, you got the point clearly? Whatever points you remember, you please write there in the chat box the first letters, whichever areas where biotechnology is having an important role today. Microbes are used in vitro fertilization. Then IVF. Then food industry. Good. Food industry is there. Beverage industry is there. The field of medicine. Field of agriculture. So these are the various areas where biotechnology is having an important role. Okay. Now today we will see these features of modern biotechnology and then we'll stop. Okay. What are the features of modern biotechnology? Now look at here the modern biotechnology. Number one, in modern biotechnology we can say the most important thing over there is that the genetic material we can change today. Okay? Through rDNA technology, through recombinant DNA technology, today we are able to change the genetic material. Normal way, we cannot change the genetic material. Now you see genetic material, through that we inherit the characters from our parents. Whatever characters the parents are having, the same characters are getting transmitted to the next generation. It is not so easy to change the character what you get from the parents. But today, because of recombinant DNA technology, we are able to change the genetic material. We are able to change the change the genetic material. And even if you think that you want to introduce a good character which is produced by a gene into a new plant, it can be done. Now you see, this is what is shown over here. Now you see there is a good character over here. Here the point written, the DNA containing the gene of interest. Gene of interest means you have an interest on that gene because that gene is responsible for a good character. That gene you introduce it into a plant. See, the new gene is inserted into a plant. Now this plant is producing that good character. Earlier, this character was not there in this plant. But today, you inserted this gene into this plant and this plant started producing that good character. That good character is produced by this plant. So today, we are able to do that also. Okay. Now you see the second point, polymerase chain reaction. What is polymerase chain reaction? Today, you are able to produce a gene into many copies in a short period of time. You see, you got a good gene and that you can produce in millions of copies of that gene. You can produce by a reaction called a polymerase chain reaction. How you take Xerox of your mark list, how you take the multiple copies of your photograph, or if you are any document, same way, in short period of time, you can produce large number of DNA, large number of gene which are of interest. That process is called a polymerase chain reaction. That is second feature of modern biotechnology. The third point is that microarrays. Microarrays means, you know, in chapter number 4 you studied, the messenger RNA is always synthesized from DNA. And in normal way, DNA cannot be synthesized from RNA. But today, you are able to synthesize DNA from RNA also. And this is the application of biotechnology. This is the outcome of biotechnology. you are able to synthesize DNA from RNA by a process called reverse transcription. So that is another important feature of modern biotechnology. You are capable to produce, or you are able to produce DNA from RNA, especially messenger RNA, by a process called reverse transcription. Then another important field you look at there, another important feature, that is culturing of cells, culturing of tissues. You see, here you take a single cell or you take a tissue and you can culture it. You can make many copies of it. Even from a single cell, by tissue culture, you can develop into an entire organism. A single cell, an entire plant can be developed. So culturing of cell is possible. And this we do today, they're in tissue culture. That is another feature of modern biotechnology. And not only that, when two cells you take like this, and you can fuse these two cells into one. Now you see these two cells are going to fuse, and that is making us one. So cell culturing, cell fusion, all these things we today we do there in modern biotechnology. And look at another one, bioprocessing. Bioprocessing means we develop many products by doing various processing. Now you see, if you want to make a bread, it is not so easy to make a bread. You just go to market and take the wheat, and immediately you cannot make bread from it. You have to go through certain processing. You have to make it flour. You have to grind it. You are getting the flour, and after that you are doing the processing, and you are keeping it for fermentation. And after that only you are doing the processing, baking, vagara, vagara. So similarly, if you want to develop many products, any product, even you just take this vaccine, this corona vaccine, you see in different countries now the work is going on. All this work we can say that is bioprocessing. They are doing it, they are processing it. One day we will get the product. So to get any product, we have to follow certain procedure. We have to go through certain processing. And since it is bio-related, now you see here the picture you see, since bio-related, and we can say it is bioprocessing. It can be various industry, beverage industry ho sakta hai, koi bhi industry ho sakta hai. So bioprocessing, we can say that is another important feature of modern biotechnology. And not only that, we know that we have the technology today, but at the same time, sometimes the technology may be harmful also. Certain socio-political impact is also there for that. And that also we will cover in this topic today, in this topic. But anyway, the modern biotechnology is useful there in many areas, like various types of industries, various types of agro industries, the field of medicine, the field of food processing industries, everywhere they are using biotechnology for getting the products and services. Friends, you understood from this particular topic what we have seen today. The features of modern biotechnology, I repeat once again, the modern biotechnology is having a capability to change the genetic material through rDNA technology. Then today, because of this particular branch, we are able to produce many copies of DNA in a short period of time by PCR. Today, we are able to produce a DNA by using an RNA. Today, we are able to produce new plants by culturing cells or by fusing cells, cell culture and fusion. Even by doing various processing, we can get various products. That is called bioprocessing. And we have various types of technologies today but at the same time, these technologies may be harmful too also, having some socio-political impact also. But whatever it is, in today we can notice that in today's world we can say many of the industries, especially agriculture industries, industries related to medicine, industries related to various types of food products, they all depending on biotechnology, especially modern biotechnology, for getting various types of products and services by using these microbes or when by using this rDNA technology. Okay, I hope you understood this part pretty clearly. And next day when we meet, we start with the principles and process of biotechnology. Okay, I hope that you are following me. I was going a little slow because I noted that my sound, you get little late because both the devices are on here. So when I talk, my previous sentence is coming through other device. From that, I understood that you are getting voice little late. So that is why I was talking very slow. You may think that I was dragging there, but that was a condition because if I talk continuously and in speed, what happens? You will not get the sound properly. I hope that you got the sound clearly. Today, everything was perfect. So whatever we have discussed today, you just go through your textbook. Basically, what I said today, what is biotechnology? What is the meaning of biotechnology? And what are the definitions given by the various agents? And after that, we have seen that whichever branches, whichever areas where biotechnology is having a role today. And after that, we have seen the modern and the traditional. Traditional, what are they that I said? And in modern, we have said rDNA technology. How the rDNA technology is taking place, that one picture I have shown, but I didn't explain, but we will see that in the coming lectures. And after that, finally, we have seen and what are the features of modern biotechnology. So in this topic, chapter number 12, we are concentrating on modern biotechnology, not traditional biotechnology. So modern biotechnology, how and what are its applications? And this is what, and especially the socio-political impact also we will see at the end of the topic. And this is what we are going to see there in the coming days. Okay. So Monday morning, we will meet now. Okay. So Monday morning, when we meet, or Monday onwards, I will give you the poll. Because today I did not give you the poll because this is the beginning of the topic. And I wanted to start this chapter. That is why yesterday also I was planning to start this topic. Once we start, and if you study systematically, it is very interesting. Yeah, and continuity also must be there. Otherwise, it is a little difficult to understand. But it is simple, very simple it is. Because you already studied third chapter and fourth chapter. Third chapter, fourth chapter, and chapter number 12. All these three chapters are linked. So if you know chapter number 4 clearly, then studying chapter number 12 is also simple. At the same time, this is an application part. It's very simple to understand. So continuously attend the lecture and keep the continuity. Otherwise, it is little difficult to understand. Okay. So today we will give now. Okay. Happy Independence Independence Day to all. So enjoy yourself, and we will meet on Monday morning. Tomorrow is Sunday. You enjoy yourself. Okay. Then see you on Monday. Bye bye. Take care.